I will explain linear and non-linear analysis. Figure 1 shows the relationship between the stress and the strain of metallic materials. A tensile test is a test that measures the load and displacement when one end of a test piece is fixed and the other end is pulled. The horizontal axis represents the strain and the vertical axis the stress. When a tensile load is applied to the specimen, the stress and the strain increase linearly. This straight line is called the elastic region. The elastic limit is called the yield stress. Even after the stress exceeds the yield stress, it continues to increase. When a load is further applied, the stress starts to decrease. The maximum stress is called tensile strength. If the load is continuously applied, the strain will increase and the material will break. Meanwhile, when the load is removed in the plastic region, the permanent strain remains by following the dotted line diagonally to the lower left. The area from the yield stress to the point at which the material breaks is called the plastic region. For the elastic region, stress and displacement can be analyzed by linear analysis. But for the plastic region, strain hardening must be considered by nonlinear analysis. Next, figure 2 shows the relationship between the stress and the strain of resin and rubber. As in figure 1, when a tensile load is applied to the test piece, the stress and the strain increase. Distortion increases significantly after the material reaches a certain stress. This property is called superelasticity. When the load is removed, the stress decreases by following the dotted green line. In addition, a material that does not really change in strain, that is, a material that does not expand or contract rapidly, is called a viscoelastic material. By assigning superelastic or viscoelastic materials to the model, one can perform nonlinear analysis of these materials. The structure of the cancellous bone is shown in figure 3. When a load is applied to a structure with thin beams and columns, the member causes large deflection and buckling, and the load and the displacement show nonlinearity. Such a problem is called geometric nonlinearity. Geometric nonlinearity can be analyzed by making the shape of cancellous bone and the porous shape in the model. Figure 4 shows the contact between the sphere and the plane. When a load is applied to the sphere in the vertical direction, the spheres initially make contact at point, but as the load increases, the plane becomes depressed and the contact area expands. In the state of contact at a point, the increase in displacement with respect to the load is large, but when in contact with a surface, the increase in displacement is small. The load and the displacement at this point show nonlinearity. In the SolidWorks simulation we use, one can analyze contact problems with the static analysis function.
Next, I will explain the analysis conditions using a bone model. The brown part represents the cortical bone, whereas the white part represents the cancellous bone. The thickness of the cortical bone is 1.5 millimeters. The upper surface of the cortical bone has a vertical slit with a width of 0.3 millimeters, a length of 10 millimeters, and a depth of 8 millimeters. In case of boundary conditions, fix the bottom of the model and the end faces on both sides. The slopes of the cortical bone are free. A knife is used instead of a bone chisel to describe the load conditions. The tip of this knife is round, but the tip of the bone chisel is square. Place the tip of the bone chisel on the slit and apply a vertical load of 50 newtons. The insertion depths of the bone chisel are 0.5 millimeters, 1 millimeters, 1.75 millimeters, 2 millimeters, 5 millimeters, and 8 millimeters from the upper surface of the cortical bone. The stress and the displacement are analyzed by static analysis of SolidWorks at each depth. When the insertion depth is 1.75 millimeters, the tip of the bone chisel completely penetrates the cortical bone. We use the nonlinear analysis software FE-Bio when inserting the bone chisel into the bone at a constant speed or when analyzing with nonlinear materials.
To summarize, the analysis targets of the linear analysis software are elastic deformation, large displacement, buckling, and contact problems. The analysis target of the nonlinear analysis software includes the linear analysis targets. It can analyze plastic deformation due to the nonlinear materials like rubber and resin, and the deformation during the relative movement. The stress and the displacement when applying the bone chisel to the cortical bone and cancellous bone are analyzed as a contact problem with the linear analysis software SolidWorks Simulation Professional. We use the nonlinear analysis software FE-Bio for the application of nonlinear materials to the cortical bone and the cancellous bone, and for the analysis of inserting bone chisel into bone at a constant speed.